Just some clarifications on the EU budget. There are some voices in the parliament that say we have to change the model the EU is funded. Mostly the liberals say that we have to go to another framework. Do you think that at this point some changes are feasible, and which changes should be done and implemented right now?
I am one of the voice who think that we have to change deeply the budget model in Europe because, first of all, we have a very, very short, small budget. It is 25% of the budget of my country, the France, for 28 countries. So it's a very ridiculous budget. If you compare with a federal budget in the United States, for example, the budget of the United States is 20% of R&B, and in Europe, the budget is 1% of R&B. So you see that it's not possible to go on like that. And the first contradiction is that every time, and it's a good thing, Council and European institution commission also say that we have to act for the migrants, for example. We have to act for youth employment people. We have to act for investment in Europe. We have to act for cohesion. We have to act for a lot of things, but we have never the money to act, really. The first point is we need a budget coherence with our engagement, with our commitments. Second one, it is because since 1990 something, I don't remember exactly when, but we change balance of resources in the budget. Before this time, we have more own resources in the budget than contribution from member states. We have about 17% come from own resources in the budget and 30% come from contribution of member states. But now it is another situation. Now we have about 90% from contribution of member states and only 10% from own resources. So what's happened when we negotiate about the budget? What's happened? We have only one position from member states. They say, each member state say, we have to give less as possible money to your budget because if we give less money, we have more money for national budget. So each country, it is a story of Margaret Thatcher when she said, I want my money back and I want to give less as possible to the Euro budget. So the situation is year after year more difficult, and now we are at the limits. That means that we cannot pay our commitments. We don't enough money to pay our commitments about migrants, about young people, about research, about connecting home facilities. For example, it's a program for infrastructure in Europe. We cannot pay, we don't have enough money, so we have to change.
We need more resources directly from the EU citizens. What should be done?
Good question. I think that it is my point, of course, but I think that we can't ask more from Euro citizens. We can ask more money from national contribution. So we have to create new fiscality, but this new fiscality, this new tax, must be right, fair taxes. Fair taxes, that means, I will take two examples. First one is firms, big firms, as Google, Apple, Starbucks Coffee, all these multinationals which don't pay any taxes in Europe because they negotiate. It is LuxLeaks affair or Panama Papers affair that demonstrate that this kind of big firms could negotiate each by each what they have to pay in Europe as taxes. And the best example, or the worst example, is Apple in Ireland, which pay only 0.05% of taxes for all the activities in Europe. It's not possible to go on like that. It is my point. First proposition is to create a multinational tax, European tax, to increase the resources of European budget. This is my first proposal. My second proposal is about, it's not new, it's FTT, financial taxation. That is an old revendication of the left in this parliament. It's only because we have a new capitalism, is a financial capitalism. So a lot of money benefits are created by a financial transaction. So it's normal, it's fair that this kind of transactions have been taxed, and this money could be also go to the European resources. And I have a third proposal about carbon taxation, because carbon taxation and protection of Europe. Because if we have taxation not in Europe, but for the products come from outside Europe in the single market, products which need more carbon emissions, it's fair that they pay also a tax when they arrive in Europe. So this is three proposals. I think these proposals are fair, modern because that is a new situation of capitalism, modern because we need now to fight against climate change, and third, those three proposals don't touch citizens. Only firms, only speculations and speculators, and no citizens. So I think for these reasons it's good proposals.
I think that when you have to find resources, somehow you touch citizens in order to get some money or get some resources. And I'm asking this because in the near future we have elections in Germany, in France, in the Netherlands, in many countries. So it is a debate for all national citizens, how they contribute to the EU and what benefit they get back. Do you think that this is the right time to open this discussion and to have results?
It's time to open this discussion, and you're absolutely right when you say that in 2017 we have major elections in Europe because France and also Germany and the Netherlands, and I don't remember all countries, but we have a lot of countries. But we have to be careful because in fact every year we have election in Europe because we have 28 countries, so it's very important. Every year we have this kind of election. But you're right when you say France and Germany were in the past traction of Europe. Now it's not so easy to say that. It's not exactly the same situation, but they were in the past. So this is the first point. But the second point is that we have in each country in Europe a new debate about Europe. Is Europe useful for citizens in this moment? What is added value of Europe in this moment? And a lot of people think that there's no added value. There's more constraints than advantages, than benefits. And this is the reason why we need to have this question about Euro budget, because I think that there's a lot of good programs in Europe, and European programs, for example, for the research, it's better to research together than to research each by each in our country. Of course, we are stronger together for the research. It's the same thing. We have to be solidar. So, for example, for young people, unemployment young people, it's important to have a solidarity because we have country where we have more unemployment people, country with less unemployment people. So it's normal that pay for all young European people. We have a lot of advantages, benefits in fact, but to see the benefits, to be really useful, we need another budget. And I think that my proposal, when you say, yes, but people say, when you new taxes, it's not good for me, etc. No, my proposal is better for citizens because this kind of taxes have no impact on citizens, only multinationals, firms, banks, etc., etc. No on citizens. So it's a good proposal. But absolutely right when you say that this kind of debates will be in the electoral debates in Germany, in France, because as I said before, nationalist question is now in the scope. And we have a lot of parties in France, for example, but now in Germany and in UK, in Spain and in Greece also. Everywhere we have nationalist parties who want to leave Europe.
Do you think that via the fiscal policy, via the financial policy and the EU budget, voices of populism or extremists can be somehow faced?
It's not enough. It's not enough. But I'm sure that populism grows and increase when you have no transparency, when you have lies. And I think we have lies today when you say, we are going to do that for young people, we are going to do that for research, we are going to do that for migrants. And at the end, we don't. That is a point. That is a reason why populism increases. It is my point.
And one final question. The whole Europe has faced a severe financial crisis in several countries, Portugal, Ireland, Cyprus. Greece is still in program. Do you think that the way that Europe reacted or the tools that the EU created in order to face the crisis were effective? Do we need to do something more on this?
We have to change this policy. The demonstration is now done that punishment, austerity, and all the measures of Troika are not good measures, not efficient measures. We need convergence to measures. For example, about fiscality, we need convergence measures. If I take the Greek example or Lithuanian example, I think that we cannot go on with exemption on Luxembourg, for example. I can take a lot of countries which have a lot of exemption. In Greece, exemption for shippers, for example. I think we cannot go on like that. In Ireland, exemption for Apple, and Luxembourg, exemption for a lot of films. No, stop that. We need convergence measures, but fair measures, not punishment, not against people, not against citizens. We have to change our targets. For the moment, our target are people. It's not possible. That is a liberal policy, that is liberal way. I don't agree with it, but we need structural measure and convergence measure to be stronger together and fair and solidar and to converge and to build one family, European family, and be stronger together in the world.